Does anyone know what these three paintings have in common? The first is a Jackson Pollock, the second is a Van Gogh, and the third is my personal favorite, a Caravaggio. Now, what all three of these paintings have in common is that they were discovered in people's attics or garages between 2013 and 2015. All were initially deemed worthless until somebody took the time to do two things. First, someone documented the attributes of the paintings, examining things like color, lighting, and shadow, so that appropriate comparisons could be made to other works. Second, someone researched property records to try to determine the provenance or chain of custody of the paintings. Who had owned them? How did they get to the attic or the garage where they were found? Suddenly, three paintings that literally had been destined for a garage sale had an estimated value of like $222 million. Now today, I'd like to take you on a different kind of treasure hunt, but one that similarly relies on unlocking the value of something by carefully documenting and understanding its attributes and provenance. What I'm about to share is probably the single largest untapped frontier for cost reduction and efficiency in most manufacturing supply chains today. And it doesn't matter whether we're talking about advanced electronic devices, airplanes, automobiles, engines, or washing machines. Now, take this part as an example. It's a turbine blade, one of hundreds that go into an engine, that goes into an aircraft. But wait a minute. There's more to the journey of this part than just that. Do you know what raw materials go into this part? It's made from a nickel-based superalloy. The nickel came from a mine in China. In the U.S., a vacuum induction melting process was performed in North Carolina before it was turned into an investment casting in Florida. A machine shop in Connecticut then machined it into a turbine blade that went into an engine in Ohio, which then shipped it to an aircraft assembly line in Everett, Washington, which, as we all know, sells airplanes that fly all over the world. You see, the journey of a part is complex, and it involves multiple tiers of supply, often spanning the globe. Now, while the journey of a part can seem quite complex and confusing, like the paintings that I told you about, once you understand part attributes and chain of custody, there's tremendous value to be unlocked. You can use that information about part attributes and provenance to drive 7 to 12% reductions in raw material cost, 40% reductions in cycle time. You can use it to monitor compliance with your sustainability and regulatory requirements. You can also use it to standardize the sizes and specifications of materials that go into your products. Now today, everyone is talking about the smart factory of the future. Industry 4.0 is what they call it, augmented reality, the Internet of Things, machine learning, blockchain. We've all heard the buzzwords. Well, here's a reality check. You can't have a smart factory or take advantage of things like artificial intelligence or blockchain if you don't have a smart supply chain.